Instagram, Facebook. So I'll continue to talk. And as people keep liking the video, I'll keep referring to the loss you had. Yes, we are here together. All right, well, on the show this morning, we'll look at updates coming from the world of tennis. My name is Oladapo Kunubi, aka Young Striker 9. Favor Lawrentola is also here. Kes is here. We'll look at updates from the world of tennis, NBA, talk football. Well, looking at Nigerian football, same as how we can make a return to the FIFA World Cup. Mutia Adikbo Chisonde Olise, ex-Nigerian internationals, have been talking after that World Cup. And we're also getting updates. Today is public holiday in Argentina after the victory they had at the World Cup. Well, I don't know if Kes would want to, adopt a name from the Argentine team to back his name, but we'll have to do...
I know now your name will be a Young Striker 9, Messi, Oladapo Kunubi.
No.
It's not okay like that.
No, I'll get a name. Don't
Should
worry.
We put
I will announce.
No.
No.
We should put
No.
the
You don't
goats
need
for
to put goats. But we'll adopt a particular name very soon. I can assure the fans. And we also like to tell some of the winners. I mean, the guy who sent in a message concerning Morocco France, he got recharged. And the guy that also predicted on Saturday, I don't know his name.
I think it's his Miracle, Daniel
Yeah,
Miracle. I was saying that what's his Miracle? I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll try and check.
So
Yep.
you can get the correct name.
So just be prepared to be here on Saturday to have lunch with Young Striker 9 Favor, and we analyze together.
Wait.
No, lunch on me, don't worry. Let's start with the bad boy turning the chaos this morning. Okay, welcome back. Now we go straight to tennis. Nick Kyrgios could just retire if he wins a Grand Slam in the upcoming 2023 season. Remember, the Australian Open is starting in January. Now, this homeboy Australian had one of his biggest years yet in 2022, winning 3 doubles titles and also collecting the Washington Open singles final in August. However, Kyrgios fell short again at the season's Grand Slam, despite reaching the Wimbledon final, where he was defeated by Novak Djokovic in 4 sets. With the Australian Open Kyrgios home tournament, the first Grand Slam of the year, less than a month away, the 27-year-old could call it quits should he win a maiden Grand Slam. Now, here we saw Lionel Messi coming out to say that a lot of people felt like, okay, if he should emerge victorious at the World Cup, he will say goodbyes to the Argentine national team. But he came out after winning the title to say that he can still play.
Staying.
Yes, Hugo Lloris as well has decided to stay back. But Karim Benzema announced yesterday of his retirement from international football. And a lot of people, Eden Hazard did the same. So, and we should be expecting more very soon. But if Nick Kyrgios will come out to tell us that if he wins just one Grand Slam, he will retire. Myopic.
Nick Kyrgios is myopic. Why would you just want to retire after winning just one Grand Slam?
He has one series of doubles, the same as singles, but
that's myopic from his own part.
And he's always been in the middle of controversies. Maybe he just needs to go retire. He can still come out of retirement. So don't forget, Manny Pacquiao keeps coming out of retirement, same as Floyd Mayweather in boxing. So let's just wait and see. Now let's talk about Rafael Nadal this morning.
Rafael Nadal has made a swift appointment after a long Alain Francis Roig left his coaching team. The record 22-time men's Grand Slam singles champion has brought in Argentinian Gustavo Macario to work with lead coach Carlos Moya and Mark Lopez. I tried to get this pronunciation. I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Now it's on Friday that Roig was departing, having worked with the Spaniard since 2005 to take on a new project.
Looking at Rafael Nadal, he's not really thinking about his age right now. It's about the achievement. And, look at Bianca Andreescu, Emma Raducanu as well, same as Naomi Osaka. Look at all these guys. Even for Andy Murray, look at stars. They changed their coaches. Serena Williams. So, if it's... Okay, so if all the stars change coaches, it's not a bad idea. It's about you re-strategizing. Anybody that wants to move forward in life you have to see, okay, do a review and see how you can, bring in something different to make things better. They always say that you cannot continue to do the same thing the same way and be expecting a different result. So you have to do the same thing in a different way to expect a different result. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I hope I'm not sounding too motivational this morning.
You've always been motivational to me, so no problem.
Most especially about bets.
Yes.
All right, let's talk about basketball this morning. Well, Damian Lillard wrote his name into the franchise record books on Monday as he surpassed the Hall of Famer Clyde Drexler to become the Portland Trail Blazers' new all-time leading scorer. He entered the contest against the Oklahoma City Thunders, trailing by just 20 points, and he crossed the mark with a three-pointer late in the third quarter on his way to 28 points on 9 of 17 shooting. Lillard is also the franchise leader for career points per game at 24.7, meaning he reached the 18,040 point figure in 137 field games than Drexler, who sported a career average of 20.8 per game. So a lot of records being set in the NBA, but let's look at result of games decided in the wee hours of today. In overtime, it was Toronto Raptors losing 101 to 104 points against Philadelphia 76ers.
Well, a full-time for Utah Jazz losing 99 points to Cleveland Cavaliers. Well, we have Atlanta Hawks winning at home 126 points against 125 Orlando Magic. Houston Rockets couldn't, pull a win against the San Antonio Spurs, losing 105 points to 124 points.
Now for Minnesota Timberwolves, beating Dallas Mavericks 116 to 106 points, one of the victories recorded in the wee hours of today, while Milwaukee Bucks defeated New Orleans Pelicans 128 to 119 points. Portland Trail Blazers lost 121 to 123 points.
I'm gonna take the next one
against Oklahoma City Thunder.
I'm gonna take the next
one.
LA Lakers lost gallantly.
I said don't bother.
Let me, if I should calculate this, it's like 26 points, losing bother. 26 points by 26 points. LA Lakers 104 points, losing to Phoenix Suns 130 points. I wish this was done yesterday, but as it paid them.
It was a back-to-back way for me yesterday. So
Sacramento Kings couldn't prove that they are the kings over NBA as they lost to Charlie Hornets at home 119 points to 125 points.
They can never be kings of NBA. Get that straight. All right, now let's look at games going down tomorrow morning. 1 a.m. Utah Jazz taking on Detroit Pistons on the road. Miami Heat hosting Chicago Bulls as the Golden State Warriors will be on the road against New York Knicks by 1:30 a.m. And by 3 a.m. Washington Wizards will take on Phoenix Suns as Denver Nuggets will take on Memphis Grizzlies. Let's move away from NBA this morning as we move to the second half of the show. Kickoff Sport Show on AM Update. Remember, check your time right now. It is the 9:10. Now let's go about Nigeria's Super Eagles, three-time African champions. It is more of concerns after the World Cup, even before the World Cup, when a lot of people got to know that the Super Eagles of Nigeria would not be played at the FIFA World Cup. Well, while the World Cup was ongoing, a lot of messages were coming from Qatar. Where is Super Eagles of Nigeria? Well, we did not plan well. That is why we could not go, because we drew against Black Stars of Ghana. But hey, a former Super Eagles captain who also once managed the three-time African champions, that is Sunday Olise, has also come out to say that, well, we need to do well in order to qualify for the next World Cup. Well, another man who also corroborated that was the headmaster, Mutiu Adikboju, saying that Nigeria can qualify for the next World Cup. Not only can, but we have to do everything necessary to qualify. This is the voice of Sunday Olise about being optimistic, also making sure that Nigeria has learned the lessons.
I think it's not just a leaf or two we can take from this tournament. Let's not look at the Moroccans, because it's good they did well, but Nigeria we're supposed to be giants of Africa. We should be pioneers and not followers. But the situation we find ourselves now, for us to improve, we have to imitate and improve on what is standing to get better. You cannot have a solid national team if you don't have a national league. And at the moment, we don't have one that is performing. And because that is your breeding ground for talent. And a nation as huge as ours, with over 200 million people, and where football is a religion, we have to do a lot. In fact, to be honest with you, there has been some, from this tournament itself now, if you try to limit yourself to what the people brought to this tournament as your own barometer of how you should, what you should do, you're already behind. Because there are some new trends now that have come out that we have all, from the technical experts, 6 of us, what we have carved out and we have seen that has been consistent, and that is what has made the difference in these teams. If those things are not applied to the teams coming to the next World Cup, they don't even stand a chance. So not only are we behind because we did not qualify, we are further behind because we did not participate. So that is why our problem is bigger than we think. But like we always say, if you are sick, first you have to know what is wrong with you before you take tablets.
Well, maybe we can say it's easier said than done, but let's also look at, internal wrangling, internal politics from the sports ministry to the NFF as well. Things that will have to be put in place. But I think Sonny Olise has said a lot concerning having a good league where you can be confident, even if you don't have foreign-based players, join the team. You can have local-based players who can also give results right there at the World Cup. Not only before getting to the World Cup, you have to qualify first, playing the qualifiers. But let's talk about the world champions this morning, Argentina.
Do you want to do the honors of
Argentina's national team will celebrate their World Cup triumph today in Buenos Aires at the Obelisk, the monument that is the traditional epicenter of sporting celebration. The Sporting Federation confirmed that today. And remember, team left to Qatar yesterday. They'll be back in Argentina today. The government also declared today as it will be a bank holiday, so that the entire country can express the deepest joy of national team.
I can celebrate with them too from here.
Yeah.
One name knows like a door, you must do jubilate. Must do jubilate. Abajali, you know me, yo. Oh, Gorakoleta. Makali, no do me, yo. Shamaya Koleta. Nama level, no do me, yo. 11 locas, no menta. Shade, no do me, yo. I must do the roca, ya. What are you grateful for? What are you thanking God about? Many people don't.
Oh boy, today was just stressful. Hey, as in everywhere just choke. You know what will be really cool right now? Hit me. Feel the vibe, live for the fun. It's cool like Fun Ice. Call the gang and have some more. That's cool like Fun Ice. With the creamy goodness, oh yeah. Be cool like Fun Ice.
Enjoy the taste of creamy goodness with Fun Ice. Available in vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
So you're at your favorite booker and you've ordered rice, shaki, from roundabout, fuku, edo, liver, and croaker. Then you feel you should just top it up with one big, chilled bottle of 7-Up. But something tells you it's too much. Something tells you if people look at your table, they will think you're trying to kill yourself. Bros, please, what is something? Who is something? Are you something? Is something you? Something is only trying to stop you from being you. And that's all. Take this from 7-Up and Fido Dido. Just sip some 7-Up, face life, and just be you. Because nothing sure pass.
7-Up. Be you. Nothing sure pass. 7-Up. The diff is clear.
Risi, where's your sister?
She's in the bedroom.
Oh yeah, call her for me.
Baraka, mommy is calling you.
Hey, Risi, Joe, please buy me chill drink from Dogo.
Dogo, you there outside? I beg, help us bring one chill drink, come.
Risi, sorry, please check if it's your daddy that's at the door. You that your line had been blocked. How did you get the credit that you're using, Ke?
I linked my NIN to my MTN line and got 20k free airtime.
Yes, so link your NIN to your MTN line today and get 20,000 naira bonus airtime. Visit any MTN center near you to begin.
Mommy, where are you going?
MTN Experience Center, of course. You think it's only you that like good thing, eh?
Terms and conditions apply.
Union Bank is 105. To celebrate, we're giving away another 55 million naira in our Save and Win Pali promo too. That's 105,000 naira for 50 people every month, 500,000 naira for 5 people every quarter, and 5 million naira for one lucky person at the end of the year. To stand a chance, simply save at least 10,000 naira into your Union Bank account every month. If you don't have an account, you can download the Union mobile app or visit the nearest branch to open one. Terms and conditions apply.
Union Bank, your simpler, smarter bank. Oh boy, today was so stressful. Hey, as in everywhere just choke. You know what will be really cool right now? Hit me, feel the vibe, leap for the fun. It's cool like fun ice. Call the gang and have some more. That's cool like fun ice. With the creamy goodness, oh yeah. Be cool like fun ice.
Enjoy the taste of creamy goodness with Fan Ice. Available in vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
We all have that one friend that always hides everything from everyone else. Like my guy, Sheon, that got 1 gig free data when he downloaded my MTN NG app. Did he share the gist with us?
No!
But we found out, and even something he doesn't know, that we get up to 2 gig data if we recharge 500 naira or more on my MTN NG app with our debit card.
You don't mean it!
That's not all, though. We also get 10% extra on every airtime recharge made on my MTN NG app.
Wow!
Will we share the gist with him?
Yes!
That's correct. You get 1 gig free data when you download my MTN NG app. Up to 2 gig when you recharge 500 naira and above with your debit card on my MTN NG app. And 10% extra on every recharge made on the app. So what are you waiting for? Download my MTN NG app today to enjoy. Terms and conditions apply.
Guys, here he comes.
Guy, any gist today?
What are we doing today?
It's a beautiful morning, Naija. Don't forget to deposit your old Naira notes into your Momo wallet at the nearest Momo agent outlet before January 31st, 2023. First dial *671# to open the Momo wallet, then call our toll-free number 671 to locate the Momo agent near you.
Welcome back. Still Kiko Sports Show live on your Remedy Down Solutions 939 FM. Well, we're still celebrating football, celebrating Argentina. But let's talk about former champions, because they are former champions now. Let's talk about France, and Favor will be talking about Didier Deschamps, who has been thanking fans of the national team.
Well, thanks to France, Didier Deschamps has thanked fans as they landed back in Paris following their cruel World Cup final defeat to Argentina on Sunday. They were looking to become the first team to win the World Cup since retain the World Cup since Brazil in 1962, but they were beaten 4-2 on penalties
okay.
by Argentina.
Read that aloud.
3-3 draw.
Okay.
I leave it that way.
Thank you.
But you know, thumbs up to Kylian Mbappe. Thumbs up to the France team. They really put up a big battle. But Mbappe has pledged that France will return to the biggest stage after his World Cup final hat-trick, which was not enough to deny Lionel Messi and Argentina glory in Qatar. Mbappe's remarks are treble. Just the second to be scored in the men's World Cup final ensured France forced the penalty shootout at the end of the back and 4-3 draw at the Lusail Stadium. Mbappe will turn 24 on Tuesday. That's
which is
tomorrow.
today.
Oh, today. Happy birthday, Mbappe. Happy birthday, Mbappe.
Okay, so talking about, we're talking about Mbappe, who scored a hat-trick, who also shone like a million star at the tournament, scoring back-to-back, just like Lionel Messi. Part of the things that also overshadowed the great night of football at the World Cup was the racial slur, targeted at Coman and some other black players in the French national team.
Seeing this story this morning. I was like, why now? This is uncalled for. Racist abuse and all of these things should stop when it comes to sport and activities. And in general.
I mean, I knew it was going to happen. Remember what happened at the Euro where Saka, Rashford, Jadon Sancho lost penalty kicks for England. And the next, what we saw was, the attack on these black players. Because they are blacks does not mean that they can't make mistakes. These guys are representing the nation. We could see what the French president, Emmanuel Macron, did. Going on to meet Kylian Mbappe, meeting other players, making them understand that you win some, you lose some. But people going on social media, attacking black players, is uncalled for. Because although Bayern Munich, the German Bundesliga side, has condemned racist abuse directed at Francis Kingsley Coman following the World Cup. Coman is one of the 3 France players, along with Aurélien Tchouameni and Randal Colomani, reportedly the target of racist abuse on social media after Sunday's penalty shootout defeat to Argentina in Qatar. End racism and racial abuses in games, not only in games, out there. Now let's talk about celebration. This morning, Xavi and Juan Laporta paid tribute to Lionel Messi following his long-awaited World Cup triumph. The latter stating historical justice has been done, meaning now we know our capital goods. But let's talk about FIFA this morning. Well, FIFA President Gianni Infantino wants to hold the World Cup every 3 years as part of a long-term plan to revolutionize international football. A lot is coming from FIFA, from extended FIFA Club World Cup. Expansion of FIFA Club World Cup, expansion of teams participating at the World Cup. Now, for World Cup to be staged every 3 years, remember what happened to players. Some players could not even play at this World Cup because they had a lot of games to play for their clubs. Yeah. Looking at backlog of games. Oh. But it is what it is. Let's talk about Napoli this morning, where Napoli director Cristiano Giuntoni insists that there is absolutely no chance Kivica Kvaratskhelia leaving the club, with the winger saying he feels so at home with Syria leader. So this man is not leaving, staying back with Napoli. But let us talk about Andre Pirlo, who spoke about movement.
Well, he is very, and
he was very close.
Very close to signing for Real Madrid in 2006, and also had talks with Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. Well, Pirlo played for Milan between 2001 and 2011, winning 2 Serie A titles, as well as a pair of Champions League trophies with the Italian Giants. But during this time, the Rossoneri were involved in the
Calciopoli scandal. At that time, I think
Syrian matches, 5 Syrian matches.
That was like issue of match fixing and the likes, but it happens. Affected Juventus at some point. They got demoted. But now let's talk about transfers. One man may be moving to Barcelona, and who's this man? None other than N'Golo Kante.
Yeah. Reports in Spain says N'Golo Kante wants a pre-contract deal with Barcelona in January as he has a free transfer in summer.
Let's go straight to Manchester United, where Manchester United boss Erik ten Hag is using drones to study squad training sessions in bid to transform clubs' fortunes.
Manchester United may have to play Diogo Costa's £65 million release clause to land a Porto keeper.
Okay. Let's talk about a goalkeeper. That is Emiliano Martinez. Well, Martinez's steering role as Argentina won the World Cup has not gone unnoticed, but Bayern Munich reportedly eyeing a move for the goalkeeper. The question is, can he get the starting shirt in Bayern? That's a big question. We're also getting update that Bayern is also looking at possibilities of bringing in Croatia goalkeeper into that team.
Croatia? Why was no one talking about Morocco's goalkeeper?
Well, he considered 2 in the third place.
He considered 2 in the third place. How many did he concede before he got to that third place? I think considered 1.
Considered against France.
France.
Yeah, considered 2.
2.
So consider 4 in 2 games. But that is not like a yardstick. But I mean, a board of a team will surely know what they want. All right, guys, we have to wrap up here. We are not talking about.
I wish him good luck, though. I wish to see.
We also wish Emiliano Martinez. I mean, it is not it's about the achievement, right? Because look at Emiliano Martinez from being moving from grass to grace from Arsenal, winning title for Arsenal. Then he moved to West Ham United. From West Ham United, something can happen. Move to Bayern. And should he move to Bayern or Barcelona? Man, that would be a good deal. All right, Marfo Jepita saying good morning in the studio. How's everything? I'm enjoying your program. We're enjoying your message too. Yes, we enjoy your message. I know you want to yab favor this morning, but there's no problem about that.
Is that a yab?
Yeah, well done.
Merry
okay.
Christmas. Thank you. There's no yab.
Yeah. Remember, really? Sunday is Christmas, have you?
Yeah, Sunday is Christmas. Saturday is pre-Christmas.
Okay.
Pre-Christmas and Saturday.
That's 21st.
It's Saturday supposed to Friday.
Why is Victory, touching his nose?
Victory has a cold. He didn't get warm overnight. Victory,
don't worry. You get something hot after the newspaper review. All right, guys. We'll move to the other side of the show this morning. We'll look at updates on the pages of Nigerian newspapers, headlines, and burning is your favor. Thank you for doing this with me this morning.
It's a pleasure. See you tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Is there going to be breakfast?
No, it's not breakfast.
I've been good, waiting on my gift. Wishing on Santa, I hope he's good to me. Yeah, I've been good, I hope I get the gift. Hoping that the elves spoke good about me. Yeah, Teresi Messi, Odunde, Teresi Messi, Odun Yahoo. Yeah, Teresi Messi,
your Christmas music station.
Merry Christmas. Odun Yahoo.
Exactly 5 days to Christmas. I mean, when I was younger, I do the countdown because I couldn't wait to wear my Christmas outfits.
I guess you would have gotten your Christmas clothes, shoes
definitely.
Back then, yeah?
We usually get ours by the first week of December.
Oh, wow.
So we get like a number of them. So I'm always excited, at this point to do the countdown. Always waking up at the middle of the night.
Yeah.
All right.
It happens to virtually everybody, though.
Honestly, it's a good feeling, but nobody buys a Christmas cloth now.
Adults have come.
Exactly 30 minutes gone past 9. Still the Remedy Dial Solutions 93.9. Welcome to From the Dailies, where we take you on a tour on different stories making the front pages of the Nigerian newspaper. My name is Victor Richard.
My name is Oladakwo Kunubi. I've got the Nation and the Punch newspapers this morning as we look at headlines.
All right, with me is the Nigerian Tribune and the Vanguard newspaper. Let's look at the headlines this morning. All right, so we start with the Vanguard newspaper this morning with the headline that reads, Makinde appoints new rector for Okyogun Poly. More stories, of course. No going back on war against vote buying, says INEC chairman Yakubu. More stories, of course, from the Vanguard this morning. Governors out to ruin 2023 polls by stifling opposition. IPAC is making that statement. PDP will overcome challenges. Autumn is making that statement. More stories, of course, from the Vanguard this morning. Okupe's conviction won't affect our campaign, says the Labour Party. More stories still on Labour Party, of course. Labour Party may replace Doyo Okupe as Peter Obi's campaign DG. Refining crude oil in PH refinery, our reduced pump price. Nogasa is making that statement. Cash withdrawal limit. Protesters DSS moves against Emefiele. More stories, of course, from the Vanguard. Oyetola aids hit with Aregbeshola's advisor. These and more stories you can find from the Vanguard this morning.
Okay, going straight to the Nation newspaper this morning with headlines. Well, the first headline here says Obi's campaign DG jailed 2 years for money laundering. But let's go to the cap headline here. How we will stop vote buying by IG, INEC. Page 6 of the Nation newspaper has that story. Bandits kill 28 in southern Kaduna, raise many houses. This is a sad one. And another headline here says petrol scarcity persists as motorists groan. Marketers seek equity allocation. I mean, I on my way coming this morning, I also noticed that we are now experiencing longer queues because like a few days ago we could not. I mean, there were no queues at filling stations, but now gradually we are having longer queues at the filling stations. Okay, conviction can't stop me, says Obi, concerning his campaign DG who got jailed for 2 years. But there's also a continuing story concerning that. Federal government earns 1.4 trillion naira from VAT CIT. Ramaphosa re-elected ANC leader. The banner headline this morning, workers to get better deal. Tinubu assures NLC TUC having 2 riders. Ex-Lagos governor presents plans to union leaders. Labour gives APC candidate charter of demand. And the front page of the Nation newspaper, we have Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the APC presidential candidate, where he met with NLC and TUC leaders yesterday. And there's a quote below that picture that says, I seek a Nigeria where sufficient jobs with decent wages give people the chance to live better lives, where the private sector thrives, where the private sector cannot do it alone. My government will take the lead in lending a helping hand. End of quote. Another set of headlines. Civil societies to EFCC. Shun politics. Woman disarms kidnappers. Free 3 hostages. This and more you can find from the Nation newspaper this morning.
Alright, away from the Nation's newspaper, let's now move to the Nigerian Tribune. RAP equips selected public secondary schools with lab equipment, computers. More stories, of course. My DG's conviction cannot stop my presidential ambition, and this is coming from Peter Obi. NLC, TUC talks Tinubu on crude oil theft, subsidy, ASU orders. More stories from the Nigerian Tribune. Supreme Court has settled Ebonyi PDP governorship candidacy, state chairman. Equitable petrol allocation by the NMPCL, key to ending scarcity. This is coming from marketers. Oyo moves to protect, treat mentally distressed persons, establishes mental health facilities. More stories, of course, in ours to receive report on 2023 budget estimates pass appropriation bill this week. Demolition of illegal structures will continue during and after Utah period, and this is coming from FCTA. These are the stories you can find on the front pages of the Nigerian Tribune and the Vanguard that I read.
Going straight to the Punch newspaper this morning, the cap headline: Court stops Emefiele's arrest. Groups back CBN governor. Read more from page 29. Naira redesign will affect poor Nigerians. SMEs, World Bank. Page 19 of Punch has the story. And FG begins 11 power projects. Plans 3,750 megawatt generation. Page 19 of Punch has the story. So the pocket headline: Air Force battles Zamfara terrorists. 50 bandits, soldiers killed. Page 4 and 5 of Punch has the story. And the banner headline this morning concerning the 2023 polls: rising attacks, vote buying, threatening pose. INEC cries out. And we have 3 riders to that headline. Commission says violence may mar election, prevents presidential poll winner from emerging. Electoral body plans a supplementary budget to replace destroyed buildings, equipment, others. IG, EFCC boss, warn politicians against inducement. Survey puts 33 states on vote buying watch list. You want to read more? Get the Punch newspaper. And we have the front page of Punch this morning, the front page picture having Doyin Okupe, the court yesterday. Money laundering. Okupe pays 13 million naira, escapes 2-year jail. That is what we have there. And looking at the shoe headlines this morning: protests as Lagos policemen enforcing ban kill motorcyclists. Page 4 of Punch has the story. My husband confessed. Okay, let's leave that one. The last headline: FG plans 2.4 billion naira rehab centers for repentant terrorists. Take that headline again. FG plans 2.4 billion naira rehab centers for repentant terrorists. Page 14 of Punch has that story. Those are the headlines we have this morning. Remember, you can be part of the program. We're live on Facebook, facebook.com/solutions939FM, facebook.com/solutions939FM. Now let's go straight to the burning issue this morning. Remember, we're counting down to the 2023 polls. And major headlines this morning is concerning the threat towards the election. Well, INEC chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakub, has also come out to say that no going back on the election, saying that people must also shun vote buying.
The concerted actions of citizens are crucial. Citizens must reject inducements to sway their votes through vote buying. They must also engage effectively in stopping the negative use of money in our electoral process generally by reporting cases to INEC and other agencies. In addition, civil society organizations should make this a major plank of both their pre-election and election observation activities. Financial institutions, religious organizations, traditional institutions, the media, civic bodies, and above all, citizens must also join in this fight. Let me similarly reiterate the Commission's resolve to continue to employ both technology and administrative measures to strengthen Nigeria's electoral process. I assure Nigerians that preparation for the 2023 general election is on course, and we shall not be swayed from that course. Be assured that the beavers has come to stay. Electronic transmission of results has come to stay. Public display of polling unit results through IREV has come to stay. With today's initiative, the elimination of the negative use of money in our electoral process will be tackled head-on.
Well, an impressive statement coming from Mahmood Yakubu regarding the preparation of INEC towards the forthcoming general elections. We would be moving to the second burning issue this morning, and of course it's coming from the Labour Party spokesperson Tanko Yusuf.
All right, that's concerning Doyin Okupe's case. Well, the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Organization (LPP's) spokesperson Dr. Tanko Yusuf is saying this will not sway the party or derail the party. They're focused on the presidential polls.
Well, you will agree with me that we are the largest growing political party at the moment in Africa, and that is totally because the Nigerian youth have vowed to vote for Peter Obi because he has synergized with them, he has connected with them based on his capacity, consistency, character, and accountability, has shown this particular level of capability in terms of turning Nigeria from a consumer nation to a production nation. And that, of course, has attracted a lot of attack, both illegally and legally, from our opponent. They see us as a group of people who is trying to change the narrative from 133 million Nigerians in abject poverty, turning them into a prospective nation. That is exactly our crime. But we are not deterred by it. We will continue in our gospel in order to change Nigeria for the better, taking it out of docility to prosperity, taking it out of insecurity to a secured nation, making sure that Nigeria is no more ridiculed in the eyes of the international community, making sure that...
Well, there's been a lot of argument regarding Doyin Okupe's case, regarding the Labour Party not doing their homework properly, because you would recall that this is not a new case. It's been on since 2017. And, you know, for him to be appointed as the DG for campaign, could it be that the Labour Party didn't do a proper homework to find... Because, I mean, the Labour Party is one that is known for not indulging in corrupt
transparency.
Do you understand? So there's question around that. But I also like people to understand that he was convicted for contravening the Money Laundering Act.
Yeah.
Not because he somewhat stole money. Of course, money was said to be shared. You know, but we have our comrade here for the analysis this morning, and he'll be giving us a perfect view to that. Good morning to you, Comrade Femi.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, comrade. Yeah, maybe you can just move away from your radio or turn the volume down. So, comrade, let's look at the case. You know, the story yesterday about Doyin Okupe, who's the campaign DG of the Labour Party of the Peter Obi Dati. You know, this happens to be the second time this story or this man will be in the news. Remember what happened in Ogun State, where he was, suspended by the party, and the Labour Party came out to suspend the Labour Party, of the state chapter of Labour Party in Ogun State. Are we saying here that this is the testament to the truth that Okupe did not do well to the party, most especially in Ogun State?
The usual saying that he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. Choosing Doyin Okupe as Director General of the Campaign Council of Peter Obi is a wrong step. Doyin Okupe shouldn't be the man to man the Campaign Council of Peter Obi, which is the party which is claiming integrity and transparency. Should not pick somebody of that character. It is not only Doyin Okupe. If you studied Labour Party effectively, you discover that there is 2 months to 2023 general election. Labour Party is here to find its bearing over internal crisis, over internal problems at state levels. As you look at Ogun State and some states in Nigeria, Labour Party is having problem of corruption. It's having problem of inter-party. Most of the members, they are doing inter-parties, and so some of them, like in Ogun State, some of them have been suspended.
Yeah, you mean intra-party? Yeah, crisis within the party.
Yes, they are having internal crisis, and this is the party that many Nigerians see as the Messiah. This is the party many Nigerians see them as integrity party, and people should be very, very careful. We keep on warning people. The mistake we made in 2019, we should not make it again. Okay. In 2015, we thought Buhari will be our Messiah. We thought Buhari we perform well than the previous government. But at the end of the day, we had all witnessing what he has done. So people should not make such mistakes. They should be very, very careful. They should study each presidential candidate. All of them, they have issues. I'm very happy what Labour Party is bringing to Nigeria. it makes our democracy more interesting. Now, people can now say we have third party now. Before we have APC and PDP. But now, the Labour Party is making democracy more interesting.
Making democracy more interesting, comrade, sorry to cut in here, but with what we are seeing here, the issue of Donyo Kupe, is that not like tainting the image of Labour Party? One, and should we even be talking about Labour Party or the ghost that is haunting Okupe from PDP?
I beg to differ. I don't think this is politically motivated because, first off, this case has been on for a period of time
before he joined.
Yeah,
before he joined Labour. That's what I'm saying.
Labour
That
Party. So
maybe we shouldn't also attribute this to Labour, but to when he was in PDP.
Absolutely. I don't think that it should be. I think it's Donyo Kupe's case. This is
and
what
not
is
a
happening.
Political party
not a political
issue.
party issue as it is. I don't think so. But what's your thoughts, comrade?
Donyo Kupe is a person of bad character politically. Is a person that they shouldn't have given that high political profile. The Director General of a political party means somebody who we canvass, who has structures. The question we need to ask ourselves, does Donyo Kupe have any structure? You understand? So Donyo Kupe, I don't see him as a very serious. Even there was allegation that Donyo Kupe is doing anti-party with PDP, one leg in PDP, one leg in Labour Party. And there was also allegation of corruption. And Donyo Kupe for money laundering during Obasanjo's regime, we all know what he did. So we should not trust such a person as a Director General of Labour Party.
Comrade, would you say? Okay, sorry to cut you there. Would you say, so that we can move to other stories because of our time, would you say the logical thing for the Labour Party to do right now would be telling Donyo Kupe to step down? Because up until this moment, I don't think we have a statement. Yes, we have a statement.
That's the solution. They should tell him to step down. Not only him, Ogun State Labour Party, they should try to resolve the problem. Not only Ogun State and some states in the eastern part, they should try to restructure the party before general election, which is just 2 months now.
Okay. All right, now let's look at, in 2 minutes, let's look at the meeting of the APC presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with the Nigerian Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress. Can we say that Bola Ahmed Tinubu can make his plans come to life should he become the president of the nation? Remember, he promised NANS during the ASU strike that the strike would be called off. And after that statement, the strike went further, like 3-4 months. And he was also the chancellor of Ladoke Akintola University, and the school went on, a lot of months of strike. So does he have what it takes?
Remember, Tinubu is a politician, and you know one thing about politicians, they can lie. So that's one thing about them. You can't trust them. So I don't trust Tinubu. Tinubu is just a politician, and I will observe what he said at Ladoke Akintola's university. It was a political statement. So that the youth, we canvass for him, but there's no serious relationship between him and President Muhammadu Buhari. He promised them that he will talk to President Muhammadu Buhari, but I can tell you that there is no strong cordial relationship between him and President Muhammadu Buhari. You understand? So I don't actually trust him. Somebody who cannot be questionable, somebody who cannot be answerable to many questions Nigeria is asking, somebody who cannot even talk to media. Can we trust such a person? That's another second Buhari coming up.
Oh, but let's just keep our fingers crossed ahead of the 2023 polls. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us, comrade. Right now,
thank you for having me.
All right, we'll open the phone lines for you to let us in on your thoughts regarding some of the burning issues. Of course, you could raise a matter from some of the headlines we read this morning. The numbers to call 0909-888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. We're also taking messages on WhatsApp and regular text to 0904-422-2939. We have a couple of messages on Facebook already, and we will be taking that shortly. So you can send in your messages on that platform. But to call is 0909 888-9939 or 0912-222-2939. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Balkis Donadeo from Ibadan.
Great to have you.
And a wonderful job you are doing.
Thank you very much.
God continue to uphold you.
Amen.
Okay, regarding Tinubu's statement, a lot of people in the past have made endless promises that never saw the light of the day. He spoke with hands, and whatever it is he spoke to them actually happened. Now let's go back to his colleague, which is our current president in Nigeria. There was a time President Buhari was campaigning and he got to Kano. He asked them how much a pack of spaghetti was sold, and he told him 18 naira. That 18 naira spaghetti is now being sold for around 500 naira today. He made endless promises, particularly of education and to combat insecurity. None of them saw the light of day. Like Tinubu is making promises, is he not climbing or consolidating on the legacy of President Buhari? How do we trust him that when he gets into power, he's not going to go back on his words? And finally, please, how do we hold our leaders accountable in Nigeria so by the time they go back on their words, they can face the law courts? Good morning.
Thank you very much for your thoughts, Balkis. 0909-888-9939. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to From the Dailies.
Good morning, I'm Billy from Malakia.
Great to have you. What's your thoughts?
Thank you. Actually, we are not making any headway talking about fighting corruption. Our fight against corruption is very. But I'm not blaming the judiciary. The judgment was given based on the existing laws. Do we have new laws that take outright punishment without option of fine? We don't. And that's where I'm faulting ABC. By now, we should have a new law in place, probably from the executive to the legislative, and we take capital punishment or have that law for such offense, for offense against corruption. But where are the set of lawmakers that we even look at such bills? Where are they? Like this, you go today.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution.
There's been a lot of arguments regarding, if the judgment was fair. It was over 702 million, if not billion, I suppose, and he was to pay 30 million naira before 4:30 p.m., and which he did. So people have been arguing if it was a fair judgment. Of course, according to the law, there's an option for fine, and that's what he did.
Based on fine, it's different from, final conviction. I mean, if he had failed.
Of course.
However, sometimes you just look at, the way some judgments are being made, just a backhand hit than that of having a sledgehammer on a mosquito. Okay. Let's take this call, then we'll read some messages. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
To you.
Your name again, please.
Ruth calling from Alaska.
Ruth, let's go. You've got 60 seconds.
Thank you. Okay. We are in a country where the public officials keep spending billions naira and get away with it as long as you have position or part of the ruling party. I just wonder how Nigeria as a country can develop all sorts of corruption. Meanwhile, this APC-led government promised to curb corruption in 2015. But here we are, that they had even the one rubbing corruption on the head. So on the Toyin Okupe, the 13 million is too small. For someone that stole 240 million naira. To me, it will even encourage all these public officials to keep stealing the money until we have a law that we work against these public officials. That's why we can get it right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your contribution. Because of our time, let's just quickly rush down because Iwaida is coming up by 10 o'clock. And Abiola Omotosh Adeleke says on Facebook says no one can stop vote buying. It can only be minimized to some extent because corruption has eaten down our fabrics in Nigeria. Talk alone of 133 million of Nigerians being subjected to abject poverty. Poverty are the main tools of politicians are using to keep the citizens at bay so as to have their ways to buy their vote on election day.
All right, Rich is saying good morning. The people we have at the helm of affairs have worsened the situation in the country, which has led to more hardship on Nigerians, and they have so impoverished people so much that people would want to sell their votes because of hunger. And with the rate of insecurity currently in the country, coupled with threats in INEC offices, I don't see us having a free, fair and credible election come 2023. I will urge the federal government and security agencies to be at alert and support INEC to live up to expectation so that we can have a free, fair and credible election come 2023. Omar Day saying the APC should apologize to Nigerians for their various and kept promises. The criticism of the PDP concerning the present APC federal government is not laudable enough. We could see the political propagandas the APC used to criticize the PDP federal government in 2014, in which situation of Nigeria was not bad like this. Okay, I'll have to let that comment end there.
We just have to end. Yeah. Yes, we have to end the program this morning. Remember, Tuesday's edition is always a short. And well, starting next week, update will be a little bit redefined. We'll let you know more. My name is Oladapo Kunubi.
My name is Victor Richard. Thank you so much for always joining us and compliment of the season.
Nigeria, go, go. A ní láti gbàdúrà gidi, a ní láti gbàdúrà gidi. Ẹlẹ́ṣẹ̀ ni wá, bàbá.